Okay, so let me make a video 4. So that's why the universe is showing you toward Michael Joseph Jackson. Okay, and all the signs of his, gifts, who he is, the child that would lead, is also showing humanity the right way to go. Not behind this drum shit that's just guiding humanity to the Antichrist, right? Okay. So anyway, that's what the what's his name? The Wade in the crocodile shit is doing. He's Judas waiting in the water to try to, in case there's a miraculous event and the King of Kings should be resurrected again. Oh, we got to keep some shit on him to make him scared. We got to terrify him. We got to keep tormenting him with their shit. That's what that truth is about. That's what the drum's truth, the witch god's truth is about. What are you doing? That's what his truth is about. The Wade Roberson's truth is about. Okay, it is not the truth regarding the purely innocent relationship he had, which he testified to. No, it's about perjuring himself and changing that to, he was just a child when that was happening. He was worried about his career at 7 years old. But anyway, so he was worried about his career. So, and he didn't, so we're supposed to, accept the fact now he's coming to the realization, had a poor, sweet little, beautiful child, and his child made him face up to, the reality of his poor, terrible, relationship he had when he was, now if you discard all the other cases that came after the King of Kings for, extolling money from him, which is zero, right? Now Wade will be the first one. He will be the first one that's telling the truth. All the others were lying, but Wade's going to be the first one to tell the truth, right? About what really happened to him. And he's hoping that all the other ones, the invisible ones that don't claim anything, he hopes that they come forward and thereby validate him so he can, collect on his, on his perjury. Okay? Anyway, so he's to tell of his retell of the innocent relationship. He's got to dirty that up, okay? The relationship he had with the King of Kings, okay? Michael Joseph Jackson, right? So it must be noted when the conspiracy to topple the King of Kings was masterminded it was masterminded. This evil conspiracy against the King of Kings was masterminded from one individual fascist ideology. Okay, the game to end the game was to end the life, which is the legacy of the King of Kings, bury it under a slew of child molestation charge after child molestation charge. It's no different than what ISIS is doing to Islam, right? In the name of Islam, the Wahhabis are terrorizing, Muslim states, right, as under the guise of their freedom fighters. Then, when the Muslim nation or the Arab nation strikes against the ISIS so-called invasion, so-called freedom movement, then the Syria or Iran or whoever is labeled as terrorists are first of all in their bound borders. And they are fighting their own people, right? They're killing their own people. Thereby, America must intervene and fight alongside ISIS, right? As the freedom fighters, right? Because they're the ones. America would have been used the so-called freedom fighters to upset the Muslim nations, right? And then make the Muslim terrorists are there, and then make the Muslim, which are true Wahhabis are there, and as freedom fighters, and make freedom fighters to attack the Syrian government, right? Who are portrayed as the Syrian people who are being attacked by the Syrian government, so America must intervene, right? Okay. So anyway, but that's to destroy, for the Wahhabis to hide in the Holy Land of Hijaz, and Muslims are to think, the Saudi kingdom, that's a holy land. We can't say anything bad about them. We can't, we can't have the Saudi kingdom attacked because that's the holy land. No, the Saudi kingdom is not the holy land. The Saudi kingdom is occupying the holy land. The Saudi kingdom needs to end, and Muslims got to disavow the Saudi kingdom, okay, because it's the Saudi kingdom that's doing all that killing of the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews, okay, and it's the Wahhabis, the Rothschild British Wahhabis occupy Hijaz, and the Rothschild British Zionists occupy Palestine, Jerusalem, to which they're trying to take and get the Trump to name Jerusalem the capital when it's the capital of Palestine. Okay, but then that's to steal the legacy and to annex the land so that they can rule divine. The Zionists, Rothschild, Baron de Gel can rule as divine. Okay? Okay. Now, by stealing the legacy. Okay? So, but they've been trying to topple the king, and it's not been a single act, right? And it's mastermind from one fascist ideology, okay? And the game is to end the life of the king of kings, right? As he will be the king, east and west, right? Okay. Is not played for silver. It is not played or served out of just one hand. So the game is not served out of just one dirty hand, not one dirty poker hand. No, this game to try to destroy the African Hebrew people has been years and years, and it's been served down through generations, okay? So not indeed. It's not just one dirty hand. Just because it looks like Wade is just one individual. No, he's got a support system behind him, okay? He's got a support group behind him that's putting him up to doing this, okay? He's not doing it alone. He's doing one part of to take the king. The Zionists take the Jerusalem, trying to take the Rothschilds trying to take Jerusalem by using the Zionists, and trying to take the Holy Land of the Muslims by using his Wahhabis, and then take the head by having, Judas, the Robert son, try to, malign the head, okay? And that's how they try to take it, right? And then get the people to fight on the side of the synagogue of Satan, right? Against the Muslims and the Christians and any others who they would term as fanatical terrorists against the New World Order, right? Okay. So Wade is just another, the shitty crocodile looking for a handout that he may feast on the golden carcass of the King of Kings, born with the Midas touch. Wade's performance of Wade's truth is to be the reptilian dragon Scorpio waiting in unholy water, waiting to kill the man-child, the king, waiting to kill the legacy, bury the legacy, who is to rule the world with an iron rod, that is to be born of the woman of Revelations 12, with the sign is to appear. The Zionists are attempting to use the crocodile robber son to do what they have been conspiring to do to the African Hebrew Israelite King of Kings from the very beginning, and that is to kill him for no other reason than he is the African Hebrew Israelite golden child born from the with the Midas touch, who is to lead, as stated before, the children of the sun back home to their Eastern consciousness. The murder of the African American Hebrew Israelite was a conspiracy plan from the beginning, even down to the burning in the Pepsi commercial. Now, that is not to say that the Pepsi Corporation was involved. No. With the attacks on the king's life, the numerous murderous attempts, okay, to sacrifice Michael Joseph Jackson, okay, to sacrifice his life, okay, nothing can be ruled out. No attempt can be ruled out, just like the attempt to get him to invite him to the World Trade Center as it was collapsing, okay? And then that was to be synchronized with the explosion of George Washington Bridge, the king, right? The king of the initiated America, right? Went down with the Twin Towers, right? Went down with America, right? The Babylon, the old Babylon, right? Okay, representing Babylon is dead, right? Okay, that has to be resurrected in the Holy Land, right? Has to be resurrected in Holy Land. So Babylon 2, which was America, was destroyed, and it has to be Babylon 3 has to be resurrected in Israel. Okay, and who do you think is going to destroy the Babylon 2? Who do you think knew what Babylon 2 was? But the British Wahhabis, Zionists. Okay, British Rothschild Wahhabi Zionists. They knew, and they're the ones who took it down. And they let you blame the Muslims so they can start a world war, right? And they can steal the legacy. And that's why they want to change the Bible, and they want to, blame Jews. Oh, talk about Jews. Jews own this, and Jews do this, and Jews do that, and Jews make you hate the Jews like you hate the Muslims. No, you don't hate the Jew, and you don't hate the Muslim, and you don't hate the Christian. It's the Wahhabis that tell you hate the Muslims, hate the Christians, and hate the Jews. Kill the Christians, kill the Jews, and kill the Muslims. That is what they will tell you. That is what they teach the children. That is how they brainwash the Wahhabi children in the Wahhabi kingdom of Solomon Saud's Wahhabi kingdom. Those are the people that the Trump sold $3 billion worth of weapons to. It's the same Saudi kingdom that just invaded, from what I understand, Qatar. Okay, because Qatar is a Muslim nation, so the Wahhabists are invading. The Saudi Wahhabist kingdom is invading Muslim nations, killing Muslim Christians and Jews. So Muslim Christians and Jews, you better stay united, and Muslims need to stand up. Got to stand up and distinguish yourself. Let them know who you are. You're a Muslim, not a Wahhabist, or not a Zionist Rothschild Wahhabist. Okay. So so they're attempting to so we read that. Okay, so the Zionists are attempting to use the crocodile shit robber son, Judas, to do what they have been conspiring to do. And as we said, that is to kill the King of Kings for no other reason than he is the African Hebrew King of Kings, East and West. So the murder of the African American Hebrew Israelite was a conspiracy planned from the beginning, even down to his burning in the Pepsi commercial. Now that is not to say that Pepsi Corporation was involved with the attack on the King of Kings' life. No, but the numerous murders attempts to sacrifice Michael Joseph Jackson and steal his wealth and destroy his legacy, okay, was continuous and so it just implies the burning of Michael Joseph Jackson was a plan as well. Okay, in the Pepsi commercial, when taken into consideration of the events, the King of Kings had to suffer. Okay, so it makes the burning event appear to be no accident. Just as the legalized persecution and felonious lawsuits to attack his wealth, his health, his estate, his heritage, even his nose and his skin tone, and to people who are richly hued, when another African people are so accustomed to their skin tone changing, and even children being born without hue, that when an African person who is richly hued changes their skin color changes to a lesser hue, most black people don't even think about it. They don't even care. So to think that Michael's skin tone, Michael's hue, black people were tripping off of that. They weren't. To us, Michael is just as, black as he was when he came out, when he was born, when he was delivered in this world. His vitiligo did not change that. That vitiligo didn't change that. Black people thinking he wasn't black and he was trying to be white. Black people didn't think that. We accepted when he said he had vitiligo. We accepted that because we know it does exist and it happens quite often. Even to the point where some black people have those children who are called albinos. So black people, African people don't trip on hue. Okay. So anyway, so the burning. Okay, I read that. Okay. So they are all connected. Okay, all the accidents that he suffered, down to the persecution and the media tabloid assassination and media attacks, all of that. Okay, there was no accident. It was an attack on him directly. They are all connected to a single source. The Zionist, Wahhabist, Khazar, British Rothschild, Babylonian Vatican Synagogue of Satan, the damnation of Wahhabi Israelite converts, Khazar converts, who have concocted this conspiracy to destroy the golden children born with the Midas touch and the children born of the sun, the golden sun. They want to destroy the child born to lead, the child born with the tender, touching Midas voice, so beautiful enough to lead the golden children home to the Eastern consciousness, to sanity, to their humanity, and heal the world. One needs to check the bank records of the crocodile wading in the water and see his new advancements, to see if he was paid or not. He needs to be checked out. Don't just let someone claim something and then walk away, unexamined. Because he perjured himself already. So the crocodile shit is willing to perjure himself because he feels he has powerful wealth supporting his fictional truth. Wade's fictional truth is to be the Zionist Khazar damnation's reptilian truth, is to be the crocodile's truth, the Judas truth, the dragon's truth he posts. A truth that he posts at the womb of the woman, of the virgin woman, of Revelation 12:12, to consume the legacy. It is the dragon in reptilian clothing, right? It's a dragon, dressed in his war garb, right? Waiting to consume the child, the king. So the king should the king be resurrected after after Muharram 3rd, 1438, which would be September 21st, 2017. So should the King of Kings, be resurrected, the legacy as the universe directs humanity to go toward him, right, to following that legacy, they put that there, to taint the legacy of the King of Kings. So to bury the legacy that so that you won't know who you are, right? You won't know the truth because this is serious. Life is real. It's not the commercial reality. It's really, there's really a deity. There's really a law. There's really, the universe gives signs. Humanity has been brainwashed. There really is a Dajjal. There really is an Antichrist. There is an opposition of children who believe themselves to be of the dark. There are spirits. There's a lot of those things. And humanity must have to come to terms with this. Because we're going to be face to face with it. We're in Revelations right now. Okay, and in the next 7 years to the 14 years, it's going to be tough. So you got to be prepared now. Purge yourself now. Be ready for the download of knowledge, right? Don't fall for the bullshit. Go for the legacy, okay? Because it's going to become apparent that you're going to have that type of consciousness to keep peaceful, to to do Allah's will, okay? To maintain your sanity. You're going to have to do that to follow the legacy to maintain your sanity. Okay, so you're not swept up by the inhumanity and the harshness of the life within the next 14 years. Okay, so you need to follow the legacy to hang on to your humanity, your sanity. Okay, now because the beauty of the legacy is he did not want to grow up because he did not want his consciousness to be corrupted. He didn't want his consciousness to be tainted. He didn't want to be ugly. He didn't want to be inhumane. He didn't want to be greedy. He didn't want to be none of the things that he thought becoming adult made you become. Okay, remember, he entered that world at 5 years old. So his perception of what an adult was many things, and many things he did not want to be. Okay, so he isolated himself from that adult brutality and insanity and inhumanity, and then to which the world tried to turn on him and say because he's so purely innocent and beautiful, okay, oh, he's the one with the problem, he's the one who's molesting the child, but yet they elect the president to lead the nation, to lead the world, okay, and he has associations with, his best friend was associated with brother fuckers, right? And he himself was schooled by the Jesuit, the Vatican, the whore of Babylon, talking about the drums. He himself is from descendants of a father who was a pimp, grandfather was a pimp, prostitute woman, that's exploitation. Head of owner of casinos, right? So that would automatically associate with not such people who are not really caring about the ethics, but he gets to become president and tells follow them, right? But forget about the legacy, right? The one who's that's the norm. The drunk is the norm, while taking care of children and being kind to animals and caring and being generous and giving your wealth away to those who need it, and going and visiting orphanages and loving children genuinely, right? Giving to them, demonstrating by giving to them, right? Sharing everything you got with them. That's abnormal because he doesn't want to grow up to be evil, ugly, abusive, brutal, inhumane human being and adult, because that's what he saw from his perspective, and he's telling you what he saw from a child's perspective. So if he's seeing that from a child's perspective, then what are our children seeing? What are children seeing? What are our children experiencing that they shouldn't be experiencing? What are our children seeing that they should not be seeing? And those are the things Michael did not want to see. He did not want to see those things that adults did were very inhumane and cruel. So he sheltered himself from it, in a place he felt safe, Neverland. And that's those are the same sentiments, what's his name had? Peter Pan had. Peter Pan did not want to grow up because the world was so cruel. The adults were so cruel and so mean. He wanted to be a place where children would be safe from the harsh realities of being a cruel, demented, senseless, barbaric adult. So don't call Michael insane because he didn't want to be a part of that crazy world. Call the world insane that Michael did not want to be a part of. Okay? Michael is what the world should look like. The image, the heart of humanity should look like. Not what it does look like, not what a drunk looks like, not what nuclear eradicating humanity to the point where the DNA becomes deformed, and being the empathetic person that, that the King of Kings has become notorious for, being the empathic. Seeing those children die like that by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands, hurt. It hurt. and to think these are adults. These are what's supposed. This is what being adult is supposed to be like. This is what intelligence is supposed to be like. Who wants to be a part of that? Nobody with the right mind. And he's seen a lot of it, enough to make one sick. Okay, enough to make one sick, enough not to want to be. No, enough to make one well, not sick, but well, to not want to be like that. He didn't want to be like adults because they were mean and cruel, and they didn't care enough about little children, the innocence, the purity, the beauty of little children. Okay? Now, so, okay. So one needs to check the bank records of the crocodile, one waiting in the wild. Okay, he didn't want to be like Wade Robertson, the robber's son. He didn't want to be like that. To just don't care about what the person feels. Well, don't care about what Michael's children feel when they hear people say those ugly things about their dad. Never mind how that hurts. Just think about his son, how he broke down twice upon having his child, just to remember that, how he would hurt somebody if his son was molested like he was. But he don't give a damn about Michael's children, saying these lies about Michael's children. But he wants to pretend like he's compassionate. He feels compassion for Michael. But he would kill somebody if that happened to his son. The hypocrite, the liar, the Judas. And he don't care about Michael's children. That as long as he performed his truth. Okay? So, just like we cannot allow, the Ummah cannot allow, the Rothschild Wahhabi Zionists to occupy Palestine and Jerusalem or Hijaz, we can't allow them to, defecate on the legacy of the King of Kings. Okay, the divine legacy of the King of Kings. We can't do that either. So Wade, Judas Robertson, you a damn liar. You're a damn liar. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Ummah, please pray that the same thing that happened to Judas, okay? And the Ummah knows what happened to Judas. Pray to Allah to allow the same thing that happened to Judas to happen to Wade Robertson, for his betrayal, his perjury, and trying to incite harm to the King of Kings. Allah protect the legacy and long live, the martyred King of Kings, Michael Joseph Jackson. Okay, so okay, now that's where I was. Okay, notice how the cockroach shit Wade states he would kill someone if they did to Wade his delusional to his son. If they did, he would kill someone if they did to Wade's to Wade's delusion, to Wade's son, what they did to Wade. He would kill them. But he said, he has compassion. If he has compassion, that's to make people think he has compassion and thereby associate him with compassion with truth. Okay? Compassion and truth are not the same thing. Okay, so truth is, he's to convince everybody by saying he feels compassion for Michael, okay, who's a king. He feels sorry for him, not his own broke ass. Okay, anyway, so he's telling, the Wade is the crocodile shit is telling his own sort of story, right? And he states he feels compassion, so you believe him, that he's telling the truth, right? Okay. And you'd be so outraged at Michael till every time you even thought of him, you think about you hated and you then bury the truth more. That's how they play the game. Okay? They play a game like that. Okay. So, now, okay. Okay. Now, so, okay, let's see where we are. Okay. So, that's where it was. Okay. So, but yet he says he feels compassion for the African Hebrew Israelite, okay, soul, okay, the king of East and West, as he states, he feels compassion. Okay, he feels compassion for the king of the global nation of Judah, right? He feels compassion for him while he runs around, while the Zionist runs around in the, you know, in the, trying to pretend, trying to steal the identity of the Hebrew, nation, and malign, the King of Kings with Wade Roberson, the robber's son, because of jealousy of something they want. Remember, he has a Jewish daughter, right? You can't have a Jewish daughter. Got to be born a Jewish daughter. Got to be born a Hebrew. Okay, can't just say I have a Hebrew daughter. No, that's not when he says he has a Jewish daughter. He's really saying I have a Hebrew daughter. No, you don't have a Hebrew daughter. When he says I have an Israelite daughter. No, you don't have an Israelite daughter. Okay, Ivan Khan may not is stated not even to be a woman. Okay, so all that phony crap. Okay. So anyway, okay, so he's stating he has compassion, right? So you associate him with truth and believe him, as he assassinates the character of the King of Kings by stating, oh, you don't know him, when he's in private, but, you don't know him when he's in private, implying, oh, yeah, he's great, he's wonderful, and all these things, got great talent, but, trying to make people associate him with, being one thing in front of the camera, when we've seen him in the camera all his life. That's the thing. He complained about having privacy. He had no privacy. His privacy was in the public as well. So what you see with the King of Kings is what he is. So there was no privacy. So therefore, there is no way he was private as it was public. He had no two personalities. He was the same in private as he was in person. Okay? Very caring, very gentle, very loving, very passionate about caring. So to say, or try to allude to, okay, he's weird, he's kind of maybe think schizophrenic and all this. No, there was no schizophrenic because he was in the public eye all his life from 5 years old. He had no privacy. Okay, so there was no private Michael. There was only a public Michael. We've seen everything about Michael's life. Okay, so to imply he was different privately is a lie because he had no privacy. Okay, in fact, in one of his records, he's so angry because he doesn't have privacy. He would love some privacy. In fact, that's why he created Neverland, to have some privacy, right? Okay, but even that he was shared with the public. Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum. We're going to go to video 5.